Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarter-dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today, we're diving deep into a coin that kickstarted an entire collecting movement across the United States, the Delaware State Quarter from 1999. At first glance, it might just look like spare change. But what if I told you that one of these seemingly ordinary coins has sold for as much as $78,000? That's right. You might want to check your pockets after this video. Let's talk about what makes this coin such a hot topic in the collector community. The Delaware Quarter was the very first coin released under the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program. Launched in 1999, this program became a nationwide phenomenon, with millions of Americans collecting state quarters from each of the 50 states. But the Delaware Quarter holds a special place, not just because it was the first, but because some of these coins were struck with rare and unusual errors that have made them incredibly valuable. So, what should you look for? Let's start with die errors. Specifically, the spitting horse error. On this coin, you'll find a design featuring Caesar Rodney riding a horse, a tribute to his historic ride in 1776 to cast Delaware's vote for independence. In some rare coins, a die crack appears to extend from the horse's mouth outward, making it look like the horse is literally spitting. Hence the nickname, the spitting horse error. Now, while that sounds funny, it's no joke. This minor flaw has turned a 25-cent coin into a collectible worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If you've got one of these, you're already ahead of the game. But that's not the only error that makes these coins valuable. There are other, even rarer minting issues. Some Delaware quarters have been found double-struck, where the coin was stamped twice slightly off-center, causing a ghosted, layered appearance in the lettering or design. Others may have off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or even be struck on the wrong metal altogether, like a planchet intended for a dime or foreign coin. Each of these errors dramatically increases the value of the coin. Especially when certified by grading companies like PCGS or NGC, collectors value three key things: rarity, condition, and historical interest. The Delaware 1999 quarter checks all those boxes when an error is involved. Even a regular uncirculated version from a mint set can command more than face value, especially if it's in pristine, uncirculated condition with a mint state, MS. Grade of 67 or higher. So how can you tell if you've got something special? First, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Examine the horse's mouth. Do you see a raised line or crack extending from it? That might be your spitting horse. Next, look for doubling in the text, unusual shapes at the coin's edge, or missing design elements. Those could indicate a double strike or an off-center minting. If you think you found one. Your next step is to get it authenticated. Don't guess. Don't clean the coin. Just send it in for grading. A professional will assess the condition, verify the error, and give you an official grade, which significantly boosts its resale value. Now, let's talk numbers. There have been recent auctions and private sales where rare Delaware quarters with verified mint errors and high grades have sold for thousands of dollars. But among them, there was one special Delaware 1999 quarter featuring a rare die error and in nearly perfect mint condition that sold for a jaw-dropping $78,000. That's right, $78,000. For a quarter. It just goes to show, you never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. One moment you're digging through your coin jar for laundry money, and the next, you're holding a small piece of metal worth more than a new car. So check your pocket change. Check your old coin jars. Ask your parents, your grandparents. And if you've already found a Delaware quarter with a possible error, tell us in the comments below. Share a photo, ask a question. This community is full of passionate collectors who love helping each other out. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive and want to learn more about rare coins, valuable errors, and amazing finds that could change your life, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you never miss a discovery. Top 2, we're diving deep into a very special piece of American coinage, the 2017 Effigy Mounds quarter. At first glance, it may look like just another modern quarter, but what lies beneath the surface of this coin is truly extraordinary. So grab your magnifying glasses, dust off those old coin jars, and let's uncover the mystery and magic behind this powerful little piece of metal that's turning heads in the collector world. Let's start with the story behind this quarter. In 2010, the United States Mint began releasing a special series called America the Beautiful Quarters, designed to celebrate national parks and historic sites from every state and territory. And in 2017, Iowa was honored with a design that pays tribute to the sacred and historic Effigy Mounds National Monument. This beautiful quarter features a stunning and deeply symbolic design. On the reverse side, you'll see a series of mounds shaped like animals, bears and birds, earthworks that were built more than 1,000 years ago by Native American cultures. These mounds are not just ancient burial sites, they're spiritual monuments, holding great cultural and historical significance. It's a breathtaking tribute to the people who lived on this land long before modern America was born. On the obverse side, of course, we have the familiar portrait of George Washington, but even this classic face hides a world of surprises. If you know what to look for, now, here's where things get really interesting, especially for you collectors. The Effigy Mounds quarter may be modern, but certain rare versions of it are anything but ordinary. While millions of these coins were minted for circulation, a tiny number have something incredibly special about them, minting errors and unusual varieties that make them extremely valuable. Some of the known errors include doubled dies, where parts of the design, like the letters or details in the mounds, appear doubled under magnification. Others include off-center strikes, die cracks, and even coins struck on the wrong metal planchets. These minting errors are not supposed to happen, and when they do, they turn an everyday coin into a one-of-a-kind rarity. And as seasoned collectors know, rarity drives value. But what makes the Effigy Mounds quarter stand out among other quarters with errors is the combination of its unique historical theme, limited production for certain mint marks like the S mint-proof coins, and the emotional resonance of the design itself. When you put all of that together, plus the natural scarcity of error coins, you get a perfect storm for serious collector interest. Now, imagine this. You find a 2017 Effigy Mounds quarter in your change jar, and at first, you think nothing of it. But then you look closer, maybe under a loupe or magnifying glass, and you notice something unusual. Maybe the design is doubled, or the strike is off, or the edge looks strange. You take it to a reputable coin dealer or have it graded professionally, and the news comes back. You're holding one of the rarest versions known to exist. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Believe it or not. One of these rare 2017 Effigy Mounds quarters, with just the right kind of error and in pristine condition, has been valued at $76,000. Yes, you heard that right, 76,000 US dollars for a single quarter. This is why the world of coin collecting is so exciting. It's not just about old coins or ancient treasures, it's about what could be hiding right under our noses. In a handful of change, in a dusty drawer, in your grandmother's old coin purse. Sometimes, the rarest and most valuable coins are the ones we least expect. So take a second look at your quarters, especially the ones from 2017. Keep an eye out for those animal-shaped mounds, the fine details, and any signs of unusual patterns or errors. Because you never know, you might just be holding a piece of American history worth more than most people would ever dream. Top 3, we're going to uncover the secrets behind a seemingly ordinary coin that could be hiding a massive value. So if you've ever walked past a quarter without a second thought, today's story might make you want to dig through your couch cushions, check your old piggy banks, and raid the junk drawer for forgotten gems. The spotlight is on the United States of America 2000 Maryland State Quarter. Yes, that shiny little piece of metal you might have seen 100 times before. But don't let its common appearance fool you. Some versions of this coin have been known to fetch eye-popping amounts among collectors. One specific variety, with rare errors and in the right condition, has been valued as high as $75,000. That's right, just wait until we get there. Let's start with what this coin is all about. In the year 2000, the U.S. Mint released the Maryland Quarter as part of the wildly popular 50-state quarters program. This initiative ran from 1999 to 2008 and celebrated each of the 50 states with a unique design that reflects their history, culture, and heritage. The Maryland Quarter was the 7th release in the series, and it proudly honors the Old Line State. The reverse side of the coin features the Maryland State House Dome, the oldest state capitol still in continuous use. It's surrounded by white oak branches, Maryland's state tree. It's a bold and elegant design that represents stability, strength, and deep-rooted American tradition. On the obverse side, we find the classic profile of George Washington, but it's what lies in the finer details of these two sides that has collectors buzzing. So what makes this quarter, minted in the year 2000, Such a hot topic in the world of rare coins. The answer lies in rarity, condition, and most of all, errors. Now, when we say errors, we don't mean mistakes that make the coin worthless. We mean minting errors that make it incredibly valuable. These are misprints, off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, or coins struck on the wrong metal. These kinds of errors are incredibly rare and usually occur when the machinery at the mint malfunctions or something unusual happens during production. For the 2000 Maryland quarter, some of the known valuable errors include double die obverse, where the image or text appears slightly duplicated due to a misalignment in the die. Off-center strike, where the design is not properly aligned and appears off balance. Wrong planchet errors. Some Maryland quarters were mistakenly struck on planchets intended for different coins, such as nickels or foreign currency blanks. Clipped planchets, where a part of the coin is literally missing due to the planchet being improperly cut before the coin was struck. Now, you might be thinking, how can I tell if I have one of these rare errors? Great question. Start by examining the coin carefully under bright light. Use a magnifying glass, or better yet, a jeweler's loupe. Look closely at the edges. Are they smooth and even? Or is a part of the coin oddly clipped or misaligned? Check the date, the text, and Washington's portrait. Are there ghosted or overlapping images? Flip the coin and inspect the dome and branches. Does anything look off? If something looks unusual, don't toss it aside. That might be your lucky find. The real magic happens when you send that coin in to be professionally graded and authenticated. A high-grade Maryland quarter with a rare error, especially one that has never been circulated, can command premium prices at auction or through private collectors. And now, the moment you've been patiently waiting for. Imagine finding one of these rare 2000 Maryland quarters in mint condition with the right kind of error. You take it to an expert, have it certified, and its value is confirmed. That tiny quarter, once worth just 25 cents, could be worth $75,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, 75,000 United States dollars for one rare coin. This is why collectors are so passionate. And this is why you should never ignore the change rattling in your pockets. The next big discovery could be just a coin toss away. So if you've got a stash of old coins lying around, or if you love hunting through your change, make sure you're keeping an eye out for that Maryland quarter from the year 2000. Look for those small details, those tiny quirks, and those unusual markings. You never know what kind of treasure you might uncover. Top 4. We're about to dive into the fascinating world of the 2006 Nebraska State Quarter, a coin that's not just rich in design and historical significance, but in some rare cases, rich in actual value. So stay with me, because if you think all quarters are worth just 25 cents, this story is going to blow your mind. Let's begin with the background of this beautiful coin. In 2006, as part of the 50 State Quarters program, the U.S. Mint released Nebraska's commemorative quarter, and they certainly didn't hold back on the symbolism. The design on the reverse side features a breathtaking scene from the American frontier, Chimney Rock, one of the most iconic landmarks that guided thousands of pioneers westward during the 1800s. In the foreground, a covered wagon pulled by oxen carries settlers heading toward a new life. This coin tells a powerful story of exploration, hope, and the unstoppable spirit of the American people. It's more than just a coin. It's a tribute to the journey that helped shape the nation. Now, let's talk about what makes this quarter especially interesting to collectors. At face value, it's a beautiful coin with a deep connection to American history. But beneath the surface, certain versions of the 2006 Nebraska quarter are turning heads in the numismatic world, and it's all because of errors and rare varieties that weren't supposed to exist. You see, millions of these coins were produced. But like any high-volume production process, a few slip-ups made their way into circulation. These mistakes, also known as minting errors, are what make some coins astronomically more valuable than others. So what should you be looking for? Some of the most desirable errors on the 2006 Nebraska quarter include double die errors. This is when part of the design, such as the text or the image of Chimney Rock or the wagon, appears doubled under close inspection. It's subtle, but to a trained eye, or even a curious collector with a magnifying glass, it can be obvious. Off-center strikes. These occur when the coin wasn't perfectly aligned during minting. The result is a coin where part of the design is pushed toward the edge, or even missing entirely. The more dramatic the misalignment, the rarer the coin becomes. Clipped planchets. This error happens when the metal sheet used to make the coin is improperly cut, resulting in a quarter that looks like it's had a bite taken out of it. Strange, yes, but also highly collectible. Wrong planchet errors. Sometimes, coins are accidentally struck on the wrong metal blank, like a dime blank or even a foreign coin planchet. This makes the coin stand out instantly in weight, color, and feel. Now, here's where it gets even more exciting. If you find one of these rare errors in your collection, especially in uncirculated or near-perfect condition, you might just be holding something incredibly valuable. Even more so if your coin has been graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. The higher the grade, the higher the potential value. Collectors around the world are constantly on the lookout for these rare Nebraska state quarters. It's not just about the coin itself, it's about the story, the rarity, the detail, and the excitement of finding something that almost no one else has. So now, the moment we've all been waiting for. In one remarkable case. A rare 2006 Nebraska quarter, with a unique minting error and in pristine condition, was valued at an astonishing $73,000. Yes, you heard that right, $73,000 for a single quarter. Imagine the feeling of discovering one of these coins in your change, completely by surprise. That's the magic of coin collecting. It's part history, part mystery, and all thrill. So, what can you do now? Start by checking every 2006 Nebraska quarter you can find. Look closely. Use a magnifier. Compare it to others. Pay attention to the details. If anything looks off, unusual, or just plain different, it might be worth taking a closer look, or even showing it to a coin expert. And who knows? You might be the next lucky collector to stumble upon a small coin with a huge value. Top 5. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 2001 New York State Quarter. A coin that might just be hiding a fortune in your pocket. You might think it's just another quarter, but listen carefully, because this small piece of metal has a story and a value that could surprise you. The 2001 New York quarter was released as part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program, which celebrated each state with a unique design. New York's coin features the iconic Statue of Liberty, standing tall and proud, a symbol of freedom and hope recognized around the world. Behind Lady Liberty, you'll notice the sunburst rays, adding a dynamic and hopeful touch to this beautiful design. At first glance, millions of these coins were minted and circulated, and many people think they're common and worth no more than their face value. But the truth is, some versions of the 2001 New York quarter have become highly sought after due to their rarity, unique characteristics, and minting errors that happened during production. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Certain 2001 New York quarters have been found with rare minting errors, such as double die strikes, where the design's details appear doubled, creating a distinct and unusual look. Others might have off-center strikes, where the image isn't perfectly aligned on the coin blank, making the quarter look like it shifted or partially missing parts of the design. You might also find coins with die cracks, tiny fissures in the coin's surface caused by a cracked die during striking, that can add surprising value for collectors. Another fascinating error is the wrong planchet error, which means the coin was struck on a metal blank intended for a different coin. This kind of mistake can cause differences in color, weight, or even size, making the coin a rare and valuable collector's item. Collectors are especially interested in these errors if the coin is in uncirculated or mint condition, meaning it hasn't been worn down by daily use. Coins that have been carefully preserved and professionally graded can fetch much higher prices than those that have been in circulation for years. So why do these errors make such a big difference? It all comes down to rarity and demand. Minting errors are mistakes, but mistakes that happen only a few times during millions of coins produced. Because they're so rare and unique, collectors often pay premium prices to add these unusual coins to their collections. Plus, the New York quarter's iconic design and the story behind it make it even more desirable. Now, imagine you find a 2001 New York State quarter in near-perfect condition, and when you inspect it closely, you discover it has one of these rare minting errors. You take it to a professional grader, and it's authenticated and certified as a rare variant. What might it be worth? Here comes the exciting part. This coin, rare and flawless, could be valued at an astonishing $70,000. Yes, 70,000 United States dollars for a single quarter. That's the incredible power of rarity, condition, and history all combined in one small coin. So, next time you come across a 2001 New York quarter, don't just toss it in your jar. Look closely, examine the details, and maybe, just maybe, you're holding a hidden treasure. Thanks for joining me on this fascinating journey into the world of rare coins. If you enjoyed learning about this amazing coin and want to discover more hidden gems, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Happy collecting, and may your next coin turn out to be worth more than you ever imagined.